Okay, so what do you think the Niners' realistic quarterback options are right now?
Draft a QB in the second or the third round.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important thing because even if you cannot just get rid of Jimmy, you have to have another choice, another chance to be a better team in the NFC. And as I see them right now, they have the worst QB in the NFC. I don't see how we can get into playoffs. You just have to try and draft a rookie quarterback in the second or the third round. There are some talents there. I don't think that besides of Trevor Lawrence, there are any other quarterbacks right now in the draft who are a first round pick.
I agree with that. I feel the same way. And the thing about like taking a quarterback in round one, you might like the guy like Justin Fields, for example. He has great tools. He's big. He has a strong arm. He's fast. He's got maybe better tools than Trevor Lawrence, but he doesn't have much experience. He started 22 games in college. He didn't elevate Ohio State to levels that Braxton Miller didn't do. He didn't take them to places they hadn't gone before. So when he's a first round pick, he'll be the second pick in the draft to the Jets, or the fourth pick in the draft to Atlanta, something like that. And the expectation for him is start right away and make the team good right away. Like elevate it. We stunk. You're a stud. Make us good. He's never shown that he couldn't even do that at Ohio State. They're great, and they didn't become greater because he was there. So basically, a guy like him is set up to fail. Where if he had been drafted in round 2, he could have sat for a year. He could have developed. He would have had a chance. He might have been on a good team. So, being taking a quarterback in round 1 is scary. You better have some type of a system in place, a supporting cast in place for him to succeed, or else you could get Joe Burrow and he'd be out by week 7. So,
so I do think that it's a great option to draft a quarterback in the second or third round.
That's it.
That Mac Jones or Kyle Trask will be available in the second round.
They're cool. I like them.
And I like both of them because they both showed some development in college, and I do think that they can continue that in the NFL.
I think they're both better than Jimmy Garoppolo, Mac Jones and Kyle Trask. I think they both are.
Garoppolo.
They are.
Justin Fields at all. I do think that he's a one-read quarterback, and that's something which means failure in the NFL. So I don't think that
every single Ohio State quarterback has failed in the NFL, and I don't think he's that much different than the rest of them. He didn't do anything at Ohio State that Cardale Jones didn't do, that Braxton Miller did, JT Barrett didn't do. I mean, I just don't see it.
Zach Wilson is also another great option, in my opinion. He just didn't play against any great college defenses. That's why I don't see how he can perform in the NFL. He can be a high-risk, high-gain pick, but I do think that a franchise like San Francisco 49ers don't want to take that risk. We have done that in the past few years, and those things didn't end up well. So I don't mind that we should just try to draft Zach Wilson. He's not a great option, in my opinion.
I think they've already maximized him at BYU. I mean, the system he's in really is perfect for him. There's a lot of one-read throws. He doesn't have to read the field very much. Just guys wide open. He doesn't see the field very well, but he doesn't have to because his first read's open most of the time. They get him on the move a lot. It's a lot like the Shanahan offense. They've kind of maximized what he can do. And if you put him in the NFL where he actually has to play against NFL speed and talent, I don't think he's going to look better than what he looked at BYU. And I think when I watch him run around and do whatever he wants at BYU, I just think like, yeah, Sam Darnold would have looked like that at BYU. A lot of draft busts would have looked great at BYU. No, I mean, it's just the way it is. I don't see a super special athlete there. I see a guy who's like Johnny Manziel, maybe a little taller in terms of athletic gifts and tools. So and again, if you could take Zach Wilson in round 2, I like that. He's an athlete. He's got upside, but I wouldn't want to start him right away. I wouldn't want to take him as a top 10 pick, and that's where you got to get him. So I'll let someone else ruin his career. I'll let someone else, I'll let some other coach go down in flames because they hitch his wagon to that guy. Sorry. Be the next Adam Gase.
Yep, and we have other options as well, like Josh Rosen. I would give him a chance to prove himself that who he is after all, because we don't have. I don't know who he is. I haven't seen as much of example from him as I wanted to see, just to say anything about him. But I do think that he has a great arm, and with a great coach, he can be way better than he was in the NFL before.